pirates sail the restless tides, seeking riches, fortunes, and gold. Others crave power cause of their pride, dreaming of ruling on distant shores. But the rarest on the ocean ride for the freedom the waters unfold. Yet there's one man whose only desire, being a father and finding his home, with his sons by his side, and that's all.
Who are you talking about?
You have got to be joking, Coot Sailor. He's the most wanted man in the seas. You just have to look at the newspapers. For his chin you will know who he is. His mustache is well known in the alleys, a crescent moon that graces his face. You will stagger if you come across him, as anyone wavers for facing his gaze. Known as Whitebeard, he is the strongest man on earth. He is the father of every great pirate, and a sworn son of wind and waves. Known as Whitebeard, you must not face up to his men. There are 1,000 blades you should fear. Cross him and you'll meet your end. There are 16 commanders at the head of his fleet, each division commanded by one. There are 16 divisions so hard to defeat, they have wiped out full armies at once. Just the foremost commander is known for his skill. Some have seen him emerging from flames, and although some have tried as they get to kill him, he appears like a phoenix again. And the second is master of fire. He himself has burned ships to the ground, while the third is a shield for his father. He's a diamond no man can knock down. And the fourth and the fifth, they are swordsmen so skilled. I'm not done and you're already scared, so I'd rather stop counting them. 100 will be my bet that you'll crap on yourselves. Known as Whitebeard, he is the strongest man on earth. He is the father of every great pirate, and a sworn son of wind and waves. Known as Whitebeard, you have seen his reward, that's my stake. While his legends are traveling waters, it's his fury what can make them quake. He's well known in the waters, his last name is Father, but no one has told me why. It is said that 9 months after leaving a port, 100 babies were born nearby. But most people agree it's because his whole fleet calls him sir, and they owe him their lives. So he might be adored, that's the reason those who call him father his crew. But people's afraid he's a sea wolf, therefore he must be fearsome and cruel. As an old man he holds his bicento as a cane, but the threat it inspires does not pass. With it he can shatter the air, when he strikes he can crack it as if it were glass. He's a human so strong when his feet hit the ground, the earth quakes giving way to despair. Even with his bare hands he can tear through the vault of the sky, leaving floods everywhere. But he's not just well known for his fierce, he's a rare buccaneer in his class. For his greed's less than that of his peers. He has never wore gold in his arms, and he says without a trace of fear, there's no treasure that I wish to find, it's my family all I hold dear. I'm the wealthiest on earth just for that. Known as Whitebeard, he is the strongest man on earth. He is the father of every great pirate, and a sworn son of wind and waves.
They're all stories, that's what I infer, for his era is already over.
And you must watch over your words, for he has ears in every corner.
His life's fragile cause he's an old captain. Any day now he'll get himself killed.
It may be, but if that ever happens, I assert he will die on his feet. Known as Whitebeard, he is the strongest man on earth. He is the father of every great pirate, and a sworn son of wind and waves, known as Whitebeard. He does not want to hoard any wealth, for his sons are his gold and his silver, and with that he is the richest on earth. All the songs were fulfilled. Even the strongest man yields to death. But his legends can still spread his will. So can the lesson he left. Being a father is not having children, but it is giving your life for them. The summit war cannot be forgotten, nor the father who fought for his son. With his comrades and brothers he marched to take over the island of Marineford, where a world so corrupt seeks to smother the freedom of others by taking their lives. Does a pirate alive make them shudder? That's what Whitebeard did when he arrived. Though his body was weary and old, and his wounds brought him down in the end, the 46 cannonballs and over 100 of bullets did reach him and rend. Even more sabers and swords could stain him with blood, and unyielding he refused to bend. His proud back without scars was the proof. In no battle had he ever fled, and still standing he shouted the truth, his last message just before his death. As soon as someone finds that great treasure, the entire world will be turned upside down. The One Piece does exist, and sooner or later it will be found.
If there's a letter, you must pay attention. Look the seal and the sender and the name on the header. You can't escape if it says Big Mom. Big Mom, Big Mom, Big Mom, Big Mom. Mama, mama, mom. There's a saying well known in the sea: if the mother asks you to attend to the party, the banquet, the tea, you better accept. And you should bring with you a big present, much better if it's sweet, because mother finds bitter unpleasant, and those who don't show up for tea. Candies, candies, gummies and sweets, she's known 'cause gluttony is her greatest sin. Candies, candies, nougat and treats, you should know, don't annoy her, for you must fear such a crazy, unstable, cruel mother who condemns those who bother her during tea. Candies, candies, chocolate milk, candies, candies, cookies, ice cream, candies, candies, syrup and tea. Mama, 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 mama. She has given birth to almost 100. She's the greatest matriarch among waves, for her crew only admits those who offer proof of sharing her blood and lineage. Everyone knows that daughters and sons, they are faithful and loyal to mother. But despite marrying several times, no one has ever seen the fathers. There are stories that tell what may happen. Everyone knows that she loves to eat, and those who share a bed with a pirate could end up devoured, all steamed. 'cause that's the best way for meat. Candies, candies, gummies and sweets. She's known 'cause gluttony is her greatest sin. Candies, candies, nougat and treats. You should know, don't annoy her, for you must fear such a crazy, unstable, cruel mother who condemns those who bother her during tea. Candies, candies, chocolate and milk. Candies, candies, cookies, ice cream. Candies, candies, syrup and tea. Mama, 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 mama. Don't let pleasure cloud all your senses. Do not hesitate and turn your boat. If you sail the waters and smell them, strawberry jam or cocoa. For it's whipped cream, the foam of the waves, and their sugar instead of sand. In her lands every ship look like cake, where you can see some shooters who fire intruders on the islands of Toto Land. Toto Land, Toto Land. Archipelago of sweets, butter and lemon. Every island's a meal, every town's a flavor, and Big Mom is the queen of that entire nation. Where all creatures and races are living together, sharing the same floor. She accepts those who wants to live there in her house without asking for more. Then accepting a tax that you can't pay with coins you will fear when she asks for your time and your months. Minutes, minutes, years and months, she steals your life and your soul. Minutes, minutes, years and months, all swallowed by the devil's mouth. Candies, candies, gummies and sweets. She can command the sun and the storm is their queen. Candies, candies, nougat and treats. If she asks them to sing, so do mountains and trees. Candies, candies, chocolate, milk. Everything in whole cake must bow to her will. Candies, candies, cookies, ice cream. Even the devil comes if she calls him for tea. Candies, candies, syrup and tea. And I pity him. Big Mom.
When a ship sails so near from the harbor, check the mast as it cuts through the waves. Four bones crossed and a skull with two large horns marks the flag of an emperor's reign. Let the women and children go hiding, and the men must kneel down at his feet. For to challenge this beast is so daunting, like the dream of becoming a king. Kaido, Kaido, you must hide if you hear the dragon roar. Kaido, Kaido, he brings plagues, conflagration and droughts. For his army is longing for chaos, and whenever he wants, a country will burn. He's the strongest among the world's creatures, and the toughest of them you can bet. One-on-one he is always the winner, whether on land, sea or air. He's been sentenced to death 40 times, and 18 more they've hunted the beast. But there would be no stories or myths if they'd managed to put him to death. Rumor has it that he was once hanged, but he shattered the chains. They tried to pierce him with spears, but none could cut through his skin. Against him all guillotines are useless, for his neck breaks the blades. Even trying suicide is fruitless. Perhaps death's afraid of him. Kaido, Kaido, you must hide if you hear the dragon roar. Kaido, Kaido, he brings plagues, conflagration and droughts. For his army is longing for chaos, and whenever he wants, a country will burn. He has spent years amassing his troops, a horde of madmen and monsters. If you join him, he offers you a fruit that's a man made and strange, turns the fortunate man into brute. Half a beast, half a man, but it drives the unlucky one mad, who will laugh till the end. In his army the strongest lead legions. They're prehistoric reptiles, yet above them more fearsome true demons. Organized like gods, from the 1st to the 10th they are freaks. They look like ancient giants. The face cards are the Jack, Queen and King. They are called the All-Stars. You might ask why he's not in the deck, but you should guess the reason. Kaido's not a face card, yet he's fearsome, for he is who plays the game! Kaido, Kaido, you must hide if you hear the dragon roar! Kaido, Kaido, he brings plagues, conflagration and droughts, for his army is longing for chaos, and whenever he wants, a country will burn. Kaido, Kaido, he's the serpent who rains from the sky. Kaido, Kaido, he's the storm who rolls over the waves. Kaido, Kaido, he subdued against the people on land. Kaido, Kaido, he's the strongest creature on earth. He's a righteous man, some think, not a tyrant like the rest. He still holds a dream of freedom, without nobles, without slaves. In the world he longs to bring, every soul will stand unchained. No man will be above the people. War itself shall rule instead. Kaido, Kaido, you must hide if you hear the dragon roar. Kaido, Kaido, he brings plagues, conflagration and droughts, for his army is longing for chaos, and whenever he wants, a country will burn!
Is the color of blood, and so red is the rose's bloom. It's the hue of war and of love, and the mark of that pirate crew. The captain so cheerful and kind, also bold and brave, you'll see. They admire him for being so nice. He's your friend if you drink with him. Let's drink to the red hair together. Raise up your tankards, let voices soar, for such pirates grow ever rarer. Those who know how to party and roar. He was raised on the ship of Gold Roger. He was taught by a king, I would say. He did not inherit his dark hair, but he did inherit his gaze. 'Cause he can knock down an army just staring them firmly if they stand on the way of his goal. His presence alone sends a chill through your bones before you even see his ship's hull. You should not draw your gun if you don't have the guts. Only fools would dare to threaten him, because pointing a gun at a pirate is risking your life and you'll pay for it. Let's drink to the red hair together. Raise up your tankards, let voices soar, for such pirates grow ever rarer. Those who know how to party and roar. I've heard people are trying to slander. They claim that blue blood runs through his veins. Who his father was, it doesn't matter. Just like you, he's a son of the waves. You know that he has made his name without being hostile. He just lived his whole life on a ship. He has always preferred being admired and respected, while others corsairs are just feared. Yet he still shares his drink with those bandits who flout him, ignoring all their mocking cries. But don't threaten his friends. If you value your life, you'll be dead before you realize. For he sees the storm before the wind rises, and the sun before the dawn's first light. He did read the signs that time devises, saw his son before meeting his wife. He sees everything before it happens, or so a drunkard did claim the other night. While others boast of reading waters, he sees far beyond the coming tide. Let's drink to the red hair together. Raise up your tankards, let voices soar, for such pirates grow ever rarer, those who know how to party and roar. His strength is still doubted by many, as he lost his arm in the weakest of seas. But I'd wager, and I won't regret any, it was tribute to the new era's breeze. Or perhaps the Grand Line felt too tame, so he's sailing again to show off. Even one-handed, it's still a child's game for the man who once made a war stop. Let's drink to the red hair together. Raise up your tankards, let voices soar. Let them laugh, let them mock us whenever. We will teach them to party once more. Let's drink to the red hair together. Raise up your tankards, let voices soar. Let them laugh, let them mock us whenever. We will teach them to party once more. When the moon hides away in the nighttime, when the sun disappears from the sky, know he walks wrapped in shadow and silence, and his darkness will swallow all light. His hair is black, his beard is black, that's the appearance of a pirate. Eyes are black and cape jet black, fewer men meet those requirements. And if his sails are painted black, that means his ship, our life is over. But his flag cuts through the sky, so that confirms the worst of all now. Darkness, his darkness spreads shadows and terror. No pirate can handle a fight with that devil. He's ruthless, he's truthless, the most to be feared. The nightmare at sea with the name Blackbeard. He's the face of treachery and plunder. He could sell his mother for pieces of bread. It was a fruit that made him kill his brother. For his envy and greed have no end. He's a pirate with no honor, no respect, and no regret. As a child he was saved from the gutter, but to get another fruit without a second thought, he let his own hands end the life of his father. Oh, darkness, his darkness spreads shadows and terror. No pirate can handle a fight with that devil. He's ruthless, he's truthless, the most to be feared. The nightmare at sea with the name Blackbeard. He deserted the crew of the one they call the strongest, 'cause pride challenges fools. Blackbeard wanted to give the orders. Then came vultures, lowly creatures without shame or soul inside. Smelled his hunger, felt his power, crawled aboard to join the ride. Those five people had a plan, so they entered impelled down. All the pirates' dreams are buried in that prison. And they whispered to the prisoners, the slaughter has begun. Just the strongest will escape, so fight for freedom. Now those killers crew his ship, they kneel before his crown. He who dreams of being a god ends up becoming a demon. Oh, darkness, his darkness spreads shadows and terror. No pirate can handle a fight with that devil. He's ruthless, he's truthless, the most to be feared. The nightmare at sea with the name Blackbeard. There are legends about his name. Others say that he has never slept, for he's not a man like you and me. Why does his flag have 3 skulls on it? He ate two crescent fruits and lived to speak. Now he makes the ground and waters creak. He can swallow light in every breath, with black holes that pull you to your death. Oh, darkness, his darkness spreads say people's dreams won't ever end. But if that dream of his ever comes true, we are lost beneath a tyrant's rule.
Of Pirate King's glory, and of Kaido and Big Mom as well. Every rogue has their own little story. There's one more that I have yet to tell, of a jester of a star, left a mark that spreads afar. His name's BUGGY, now named Emperor. You can't tell me you don't know his story. His glories and feats have grown since he set sail. Foolish fools are those who do not know him, but just listen, I'll tell you the tale. It's well known that Gold Roger ruled over the seas, yet no one knows how he became king. When he was just a boy, the great BUGGY stood as his first mate and guided his ship. It was Roger who crossed the Grand Line and found treasures, but all of that was with his help. Although BUGGY is so modest and humble, I swear, as he let Roger get all the praise. His name's BUGGY, the great BUGGY. He's the most glorious pirate of all. He looks fancy, always happy, wise, majestic, ferocious, and bold. None forget his grand poise and his glamour, but if ever his name fades, just gather and sing out this song. He once almost beheaded that man with the straw hat, but then he chose to spare his life. For he's merciful and he forgives every fool who admits he's so righteous and bright. He's the mind behind Impel Down's breakout. The greatest of prisons just fell to his hand. He sought inmates to join in his fleet. Letting himself be captured was part of the plan. Among the Yonka, Whitebeard was the strongest. BUGGY aimed to dethrone them, beginning with him. But he saw how he fought for his son there, and noble as ever, he was moved by it. That's why he spared the life of that father and joined him in battle against the Marines. His name's BUGGY, the great BUGGY. He's the most glorious pirate of all. He looks fancy, always happy, wise, majestic, ferocious, and bold. None forget his grand poise and his glamour, but if ever his name fades, just gather and sing out this song. He has never sought riches nor glory, always humble, I told you before. But prestige and fame, they have just found him. They followed his steps since the day he was born. At first he was a simple pirate, and without intending to, he gathered a troop. And he was soon appointed warlord of the sea. The Marines begged the man whose hair's blue. After that, his authority grew, and so did his own crew, the best men joining them. Even the Desert King and the world's greatest swordsman, they both knelt and offered respect to the great BUGGY, now named Emperor. No one has ever harmed him with sabers. He will gather himself if he's caught. The Messiah, they call him in prayers. Some do say he once soared through the sky. People shudder at his red nose. Shh, don't mention that. Just forget what I've said, let's move on. His name's Buggy, the great Buggy. He's the most glorious pirate of all. He looks fancy, always happy, wise, majestic, ferocious, and bold. None forget his grand poise and his glamour. But if ever his name fades, just gather and sing out this song. And sing out this song.
Long ago I heard of a teenager. He was brave with a smile on his face. In a rowboat on his 17th birthday. Without knowing how to swim, he set sail. Many men were persuaded by Roger, seeking treasures of fortune and fame. But he was unlike any other. He sailed for the freedom unveiled by the waves. Dance now, laugh loud, sing proud. Just follow the steps of the straw hat. Eat well, drink deep, shout out. Let's gather surrounding the bonfire. This great feast should not end before sunrise, when the sun breaks bright over the night. On the 6th day he acquired his own vessel. His flag nuzzled the clouds of the sky. His name spread quickly through the vast waters. The Marines set out on the hunt. The first bounty he got 30 million. In a month it soared to 100, I've heard. Then 300 and he was still young. Then 400, 500 ahead. And so soon the whole bounty was tripled. A new picture revealed with his name. And right now his head is worth 3 billion. A worthy price for that captain's neck. Many pirates kneel before this young man. For their loyalty they join in his quest. All his followers counted by thousands. Entire nations owe him respect. Dance now, laugh loud, sing proud. Just follow the steps of the straw hat. Eat well, drink deep, shout out. Let's gather surrounding the bonfire. This great feast should not end before sunrise, when the sun breaks bright over the night. I've heard he brought the rain in the drought, and he killed that blue dragon, they say. He took the gold hidden above the clouds, and up there he challenged God himself. He led the great escape of that prison, and he planned the attack at Whole Cake. All his exploits have reached the people, like the disaster he caused in Egghead. There's a curse in his blood, some have mentioned. Insurrection has claimed him as son. He's the brother of fire and rebellion, and the grandson of justice and law. He must be handsome, as some have admitted. The most beautiful lady just saw him and fell, but his heart has long since been committed. He was already married to freedom itself. Dance now, laugh loud, sing proud. Just follow the steps of the straw hat. Eat well, drink deep, shout out. Let's gather surrounding the bonfire. This great feast should not end before sunrise, when the sun breaks bright over the night. He may not be the most skilled pirate. We all heard what he said long ago. I'm not skilled with a sword, how to sail I don't know. I can't shoot, I can't lie, I can't swim. I don't cook on my boat, listen up, the quote goes. I don't need to, my crew is with me. That captain would risk it all for his crewmate. He dared to set fire to that pennant for them. He took up arms against those in command when they tried to take one of his
But he's not just protecting his people, as he taught me that day without words. With his punch to that noble so evil, when that mermaid was sold to the lords. For he claims that all people are equal, no matter where you were born. Though he rejected the title of hero, for he takes a huge loot from each tyrant he beats. But if that is the price for freedom, I gladly pay it with treasures and meat. Dance now, laugh loud, sing proud, just follow the steps of the straw hat. Eat well, drink deep, shout out, let's gather surrounding the bonfire. At the greatest feast of the four blues, the sun will be captain, we will be his crew to lead us through the freedom course. And just look at the straw hat he wears. There's no doubt that's the one Roger had. Maybe that captain gave it to the red-haired, and then he gave Luffy that hat. If so, I am not afraid to say it's the king's inherited crown.
You must have heard or read out his name, or his face you may saw on a wall. 'Cause not showing his poster's a shame for a pup that is known to them all. He was the greatest, most wanted pirate. He was both feared and loved at the time. Why was he killed, has someone inquired? Without consent, he crossed the Grand Line. Grand Line, Grand Line, the first to cross it and come back alive. Grand Line, Grand Line, its slavers roam free while the good men dive. Come on, corrupt liars! Wealth, riches, fame, and power, he got it all, the king of the pirates. His treasure, he left it, everything's there. If you want it, seek it if you dare. It is all that this world has to offer, I swear. Oceans, he sailed them all, while surrounding the world with the purpose of finding a stone. On each island he moored some beaut ladies he found, who fell for him but were left alone. As young fellows all grant, they're the sons of that man, so they say with a bottle of rum. He's the pirate who talked with some fish and sea beasts, as their inner voice he must have heard. So that voice he understood showed him paths to get through the waters, the storms and the murk. Maybe that's how he crossed and he first sailed this world, all the seas from beginning to end. And his strength is well known for the ships he destroyed. As he stepped on the deck of those boats, he could knock down an army just staring them firm if they stood in the way of his goal. If one dares to defy, he could shatter the sky with an accurate slash of his sword. Wealth, riches, fame, and power, he got it all, the king of the pirates. His treasure, he left it, everything's there. If you want it, seek it if you dare. It is all that this world has to offer, I swear.
And whilst there's so thick framed a smile and a laugh that's so usual in those nice and kind,
He spread fear far and wide, made them all terrified, with the skull flag with crossbones behind.
he just sailed seas in peace, being confident free, as he never started a war.
But just everyone knows what's the worst crime of all: defy rulers by breaking their laws.
What a heinous crime must be to ride the tide, feeling free to set sail and explore.
Let's explore, let's explore. Hoist the sails and let's face the world. Let's explore, let's explore. In the last island he left it all. His treasure, the one piece. Wealth, riches, fame, and power, he got it all, the king of the pirates. His treasure, he left it, everything's there. If you want it, seek it if you dare. It is all that this world has to offer, I swear. There was no such a fight with a ship Roger had ever came even close to be sunk. For his carpenter used the strongest of wood from a tree that was so hard to find. And his shipper Jackson would sail without fear through the seas and the limitless skies. There were hundreds of wars in which he was involved, against armies so hard to defeat. But he never fell down, for his crew were around, and they covered his back as a shield. As there are some whispers from copper and silver that make up the gloves of a king, they're the guardians protecting the gold he was wearing, with rings that covered his skin. There were in the Navy just 2 vice admirals who faced the bold captain head on. The captain was laughing, for each of the battles was merely a break on his run. And still there are rumors that say no Marine ever caught him, not even with help. For it was he the one who tied up his own hands and then went to the gallows himself. Himself, nor did his sentence make him feel afraid. Himself, and a great laugh followed after his death. He died laughing. Wealth, riches, fame, and power, he got it all, the king of the pirates. His treasure he left it, everything's there. If you want it, seek it if you dare. It is all that this world has to offer, I swear. And as this world is covered by waters, the pirate who rules them is king. Subscribe and give a like if you don't want to end up like the king. Executed!